Hello everybody, here we are. We are after a full moon in Taurus and 2 days before my birthday. It is an exciting time. Lots of good things are happening and you may be feeling intensity building, which is not surprising because we are under this powerful and brooding sign of Scorpio. Now, do I look like a brooding person? Well, here's the thing, is that just because we're born under a certain sun sign does not mean that we cannot rise above our chart and our stars. It is quite possible. I am proof positive. I am not the brooding sort any longer. And I'm here to help you today to receive and be happy. So just for one moment, the first thing, and I impress you with this same statement all the time. I try really hard to get you to breathe. So while I just share this post, could you just take a deep breath? And we're going to be connecting on a heart level. So if you could do this with me, put your hand on your heart. It's a high heart actually. And this is how we connect heart to heart with others. So hang on one second. I'm not going away. I'm right here. I'm right here. I have some wonderful news for you. Happiness isn't that far away. You know, when we stop struggling and we stop fighting with life, it is absolutely amazing how things can shift. And I used to be one of those people who used to fight not only with life, but just about everybody else. I was battling with everyone. So, you know, when we fight cancer, we fight a war on drugs, and we fight, you know, those people that that are trying to destroy the earth. Nobody wins. We cannot win a fight. We can't fight and win. So we have to just come from a peaceful place. All right, hang on one second. I'm just sharing this post. And if you are on this video now, you can share to your page. That would be awesome. Thank you. And I do have videos. Why is it when I start doing live videos, everybody in the world texts me? Okay. My daughter's coming in from Colorado tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. She just texted me and said she had a dream last night and couldn't find something about the airport. You know, our deepest fears come up in the dreams, right? Okay. Almost done here. Oops. So, are we still breathing together? Still breathing. Okay, so now this is going to be easy. I will just tell you that I struggled with unhappiness for much of my life, and some things started to shift for me when I stopped trying to change or help everybody. Now, it's a different story if we're a practitioner and we have clients coming to us for help. That's a different story. But when we send our energy out there to go help people, tell them how to live, tell them how to be, tell them how to live their life differently, that's not helping. And that is not being in a state, and this is the second thing. So breathing and being present is number one. We have to be present in this moment. Number one, present in this moment. And I know I'm going back and forth. I'm like Sesame Street today. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of things and let's see what sticks. Breathe into the present. because when we're living in the future, I wonder when I'm gonna meet him. I wonder if I'll win the lottery. I wonder if I should move. Well, when we're focusing on the future or we're living in the past, oh, that SOB, he took my money. That gold digging woman, she stole from me. Whatever it is that we're focused on from the past, we've got to let it go. We have to be fully in the present to be happy, because if you are dragging the past with you, keep telling your story, or you're focused on the future, what's going to happen tomorrow, you're not going to enjoy today. So that's the biggest thing that I can share with you today. So who am I? I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. I am a soul sculptor. I used to be a former depressed, anxious, and unhappy person. I was telling my story of woe. Hello, Lynn Kennedy from Scotland. Hello, Lynn. Thanks for being here. I love you. So I had all of those things. I used to suffer. I was miserable. I was unhappy. I blamed everyone, including my parents, whoever. I blamed everybody. So we've got to be in the present, breathing into the moment, affirming life. Yes, I've said it before, but the key is, if you're not breathing deeply, and just notice what you're doing in your body right now. Are you breathing, or are you holding your breath? Why is this so important? Well, it's important for two reasons. Number one, if you're not breathing deeply, you're probably depressed. Why? Because you're not activating the vagus nerve, which starts here and goes down to your heart, your lungs, your stomach, your spleen, all of the organs, feeding everything. It's the greatest nerve that we have in our body, the vagus nerve. So you've got to breathe deeply, and it grounds you in the present. It activates the vagus nerve, and it will take care of anxiety and depression. And we've talked about this before. I have a blog on my website, jenniferelizabethmasters.com. If you can Google search it, vagus nerve, Jennifer Elizabeth Masters, I have several articles about it, how to activate it. But I want to stay on happiness. You've got to be present, breathing, affirming life. You deserve to be here. And no, too, there's nothing wrong with you. You are absolutely perfect as you are. Do not compare yourself to anyone else. You were created to be the person you are, not to have the body of Mary, Tom, Harry, Joseph, Sam, Elkie. You're supposed to be you as you are, so be fully you. Don't try and be like someone else. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Be fully you. So I had a client this morning who's had an issue with speaking his truth, and if you have an issue with speaking your truth, telling people how you really feel, it's because you are afraid of being seen for who you are. You don't love yourself enough to allow yourself to be authentically you. So you fake it. You have this other person here that comes into the public eye. You're not speaking your truth. You're not being honest about what you want and don't want. And often that is from our childhood. You know, we were suppressed as kids. But come on, people, we're not kids anymore. We have to stop being reactive to the stuff that happened in our childhood. And that's what I help you do. I help clear those programs and patterns that keep us stuck in that past old behavior. So there are lots of ways. Read my blogs. I have free resources on my website, all kinds of YouTube videos. And click subscribe. I love it. Thank you. Share it with other people. Okay, so do you know where we are, Lynn? Where are we? Be in the present. Breathe deeply. What's the second one? Do you remember? You got to love yourself first. Allow yourself to be who you truly are. Be authentically you. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. Because if you keep suppressing what you want and don't want, you're not being honest with you, and then you get handed a bunch of stuff you don't want, and you get stuck with it because you didn't speak up in advance. And believe me, I know, I've been there. So the third thing is we have to accept what is. When we are living in a state of acceptance, we stop fighting with, okay, your kid that doesn't want to speak to you or keeps getting arrested. You know, that's his karma. That is his journey. If he doesn't want to speak to you, you know, you can pray for him. And hopefully at some point he'll come around, because maybe he's repeating something that you did in your childhood. Maybe you didn't speak to your parents for a while. Maybe you were in blame and you weren't accepting your responsibility for yourself and your life. So just look at the situation and go, well, how was I like that? And then it makes it easier to deal with it. Accept things that you cannot change. And who can you change? The only person that we can change is ourselves. We are the only ones that we can change. We can't change anyone else. So and people come to me all the time with relationship counseling, and they want to change their partner. He's this. He's not listening to me. He's not present. He's not this. The focus has to be on us first. Take a deep breath. Remember, being fully you, being allowed to be fully you, present in the moment, taking up as much space as you would like to, rather than being apologetic about who you are. So we're not going to change others anymore, right? We're not going to try and change others or make them do what we want them to do. So we're not going to control them either, because control comes from fear. And here's the other one. Are you a people pleaser? Do you send your energy out? Are you always taking care of other people? Are you trying to make them happy? Are you trying to make your mother happy, your kids happy, your husband happy, your friends happy? Are you turning yourself into a pretzel? Are you doing cartwheels, trying to make other people happy so that what? They would like you? Here's the thing. The more that you can be you and keep your energy focused inward on you, being truthful to who you are, being compassionate and loving, the more people are just going to authentically like you. They're going to like the true version of you rather than the fake version. All right, let's see what's next. So we're going to stop trying to make everybody else happy. We're the only ones that we can make happy. So we are responsible for our own happiness. All right. So then we're on, I think it's number 5, regret. So regret is one of the biggest issues that we often have. Regret can cause us to feel unhappy about what we did or didn't do, what we said or didn't say, or about the breakups we had or the divorces we had. We could regret our life till the cows come home. But regret causes us shame, it causes us guilt, and those two emotions are the lowest vibration, they're the lowest vibrating emotions that we can experience, shame and guilt. Even lower than grief. Now grief is, it's a release. It's not as low as guilt and shame, but holding those, and believe me, I know, because I felt guilty and shame-filled for probably good 30 years of my life. So letting go of those things, and that's what I help people do, let go of guilt and shame. And I have a client who, she came to me and she was doing my Love Yourself Fearlessly program, and I think it was in the 3rd or 4th week, every time she had sex, she felt like she was shame-filled. And I cleared past lives where she had been a mother superior, a nun, a priest. And the next week she came to me, she said the shame is gone, totally gone. So a lot of our issues have to do with past lives. And I help to eliminate and transmute, transform, clear all that stuff out. And underneath that, we have a pretty pony. We are the beautiful, shiny, luminous us that we are meant to be. So we want to let go of regret. And then, what's the last one? We want to forgive. We have to forgive everyone that ever hurt us, harmed us, abused us, molested us, raped us. We've got to forgive them. It doesn't mean that those things didn't happen. It doesn't mean that those things weren't bad, sad, horrible experiences. I know that they were. But trauma has a place in our life, and it is a catalyst for us to grow, to be our most authentic, our most expanded and luminous, beautiful self. When we recognize what trauma really is and what it does for us, we look at it from a very different perspective. So, forgiving everyone, and I have done that. I have forgiven everyone. And so, we forgive ourselves first for attracting it, for calling it in. We forgive ourselves for asking for this to happen before we incarnated. And then we forgive everyone that has ever hurt us. And then we forgive everyone that we've hurt, because we've surely hurt others as well. And so when we forgive ourselves and we forgive everyone else, it's this huge letting go of such heavy baggage. It's a tremendous relief to forgive. So the easiest way to do so, and I have several blogs about it, it's the Ho'oponopono prayer, where we focus on ourselves first and we say the prayer, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. And repeat it again and again until you feel a release. And then when you feel that release, you can forgive everyone else. So these are the 8 steps to happiness. We're going to go over them again. So number 1, do you remember? Breathe. Be present, and your breath will help you ground you in the present. Number 2, love yourself first. Love yourself first. Love yourself as you are. Now, it doesn't mean that we can't improve, but if we have hateful thoughts in our brain, I shouldn't have done that. I should have known better. Boy, am I stupid. Am I ever an idiot? I'm too fat. I'm too old. I'm so... Whatever it is, all of those are hateful thoughts, and they will cause suffering in your life, and they will also cause illness in your body. And I can attest to that, because I had all kinds of illnesses as long as I was hating on myself. So think of it this way. Every time you say a negative thought about you, it's like bashing yourself on the head with a hammer. Would you want to do that, really? No. Okay, so be present. Love yourself. Accept the things that you cannot change. Stop trying to change everybody else. Stop trying to make everyone else happy. Number 4. Focus on you instead. Let go of regret. Forgive. Forgive everyone that you've hurt. Forgive everyone that's hurt you. And be in a state of acceptance of what is. Because we cannot change the government of our world or the government of some other world. We cannot change what our neighbor is doing, that she's walking around her house with a rattle in the morning and whatever. We can't change anybody else. We are the only ones that we have ultimate control over. So be happy with you, because you are the source of your joy, just as you are also the source of your misery. So if you're focusing on everyone else, you'll be miserable. I'm Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, share it with a friend. And please do. Check my website out. I have a free download. I think it's a 13-page ebook that I've written to help you manifest, and it doesn't matter what you're working on manifesting. It will help you, and I give you all my secrets to manifesting. I hope you've enjoyed this. I love you. Have a fabulous day, and know that you are the master of your destiny. You are the captain of your ship. I love you.